Thanks for waiting.
Do not approach me unannounced, especially when I'm eating.
We were supposed to be having lunch together, remember?
I was hungry.
Have you noticed how dry the air is on the ship? I wonder if the environmental controls are set properly.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Fully Functional TNG Podcast. I'm Maggie, joined by Jeff and Dory.
Yo.
Jeff and I are veteran Trekkies, and Dory is a newly minted Trekkie, and we are taking her on her first journey through Star Trek: The Next Generation. Today we are discussing the Season 7 episode Genesis. Original air date is March 19th, 1994, and as always we'll take it to Dory for the recap.
Okay, so we start in sickbay. It is busy.
Yeah.
We learn that, Riker was rolling around in a cactus in the Arboretum with the new tactical officer. We see Alyssa, my favorite nurse, Alyssa Ogawa. Love her. I was happy to see her. And then we see Reg. We haven't seen Reg in a long time.
Yeah.
So, hey to Reg. He's describing that he's experiencing blurred vision, dizziness, palpitations, a stinging sensation in the lower spine. And he's like, it's Turelian death syndrome, isn't it? And Dr. C is like, I thought we agreed you'd come to me before checking Starfleet medical database.
Yeah, she's basically like, dude, don't WebMD it.
I know that Reg very clearly has anxiety, but I didn't know he was also a hypochondriac on top of that.
Yeah, I feel like he was
honestly,
like that before.
This doesn't surprise me one bit.
Me either.
Yeah. She's like, also, you could tell she's like frustrated with him for this, but she's like, you're fine. You don't have the death syndrome. It's fine. And then he's like, how about this blood burn thing? And she's like, no, he's got a flu.
Yeah.
And, she's doing like a scan on him in the meantime to figure out what his actual issue is, because there's some kind of imbalance in one of his cells. So she's like, just sit here with this. And then Data comes in, and Dr. C's like, how's my smallest patient? And the smallest patient is Spot, and Spot is pregnant.
After originally being a
I
male. Wow.
Listen, it's the future. We can be anything we want to
Okay,
be.
fair point.
Yeah. Are you feline transphobic, Jeff?
Pussyphobic? Yeah, a little.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, Maggie, I thought you were making a pun. Like feline, like feeling.
It's terrible.
Yeah. No. No, feline isn't a cat.
Yeah, I thought you were kind of doing like a mix of both there, and I was like, that's such a good joke.
Dang, I wish I was now.
Take credit for it anyway. You can edit the episode.
Yeah, so Spot is pregnant. We're very happy for her. I wrote that I'm going to lose my mind when the kittens show up, because we better see the kittens in this episode, or I'm going to lose it. Listen, I'm going to lose it either way. If we do see the kittens, if we don't lose the kittens. Oh, and I lost it in a completely different way by the end of this episode. So she's due by the end of that very week. And so Dr. C hands Spot off to Alyssa. So she goes to deal with Reg, and he's like panicking, and she's like, it's fine. You've got this like particular flu. You'll be fine. She gives him this like shot because she's like, your T cell isn't doing this thing. So like, here, I'll give you this artificial T cell thing. Which I did recognize. I did remember this for later. And then he's immediately, he's like, oh, wow, okay, I feel better. And then she says, the Dr. C says to him, good, now stay away from medical database. And so he leaves, and then Riker is heading out too, and she stops Riker and goes, and you stay out of the Arboretum. I don't think I said this earlier. I said that Riker was in sick bay, but he rolled into a cactus
Yeah.
when he was fooling around with the other officer. So
Yeah.
she's like, stay out of the Arboretum. So then Alyssa asks Data if he wants to know the genders of the kittens, and Data's like, no, I want to keep it as like a surprise, like a mystery.
Yeah, 'cause
and
he's
she's
like-
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and she's like, yeah, same. And then everyone's like, wait, what? And then so then Alyssa goes, Spot's not the only one who's going to be a mother.
Oh.
So congratulations to Alyssa. That's wonderful news for her. Her husband Andrew, because we did find out I don't know what the time span is from Lower Decks episode to now, but it must have been a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Because I think Andrew proposed to her in that episode, and now they're married and she's pregnant. Not to say she couldn't have been pregnant before they were married, but they do specifically say that they are married at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's very shocked. He was shocked to hear that she's pregnant, which like,
It's
I
been
mean,
about
okay.
3-ish episodes in between.
Yeah. So listen, they work quickly, to each their own. Everyone's got their own timeline, I guess.
Yeah.
And so then Data says, I have spent the last 9 weeks as an expectant parent. I'd be happy to share my insights with your husband. If my experience is any indication, he'll need all the help he can get. And I did note, I feel like parent should not be the term that Data should use regarding the kittens, because it makes it seem like Data's the father. Like him and Spot are having kittens.
Yeah.
He should say grandfather or something. Like Data's
Yeah,
not
I
an
definitely
expectant
agree with
parent. That's very I understand what they're going for, but that's makes it just sound like he's about to have kittens with his cat.
Yeah.
Okay. Then cut to we've got the Enterprise. They're performing field tests of a new tactical systems and weapons upgrade stuff. Worf is supervising the exercises, and the next test they're doing will involve a new photon torpedoes. The explosive yield has been increased by 11%, and he's enhanced the targeting system for increased accuracy. And then I noticed in the credits that Reg, the actor who plays Reg, his name is Dwight Schultz, which I initially read as Dwight Schrute because I had the subtitles on as well, so they kind of blocked part of it, and I was like, what the fuck am I reading? And then I don't think I ever realized his name was Dwight Schultz.
Yeah.
That's like a pretty normal name, but I never would have assumed that this guy who played Reg, his first name was Dwight.
He doesn't look like a Dwight.
I don't know why, but that name just feels... He doesn't look like a Dwight. Like, that looks like a Steve or something.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
I don't know. It was just Dwight. Dwight really took me out for a sec. Okay, so then Worf fires the new torpedo. One veers off course and just like keeps just fucking going.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, oops. And I'm like, yeah, oops. And someone like immediately, I was like, this is actually very bad. Why isn't anyone like getting more worked up about this? Because what if that hits someone? What if that hits something and like kills people? This feels like it's a lot more urgent of a situation than they're really treating it. Like I got nervous. So Picard then, Picard then just says abort and destroy, and I was like, I don't know why I found that line really funny. But I was like, there's a joke in there somewhere, but I don't know what it is right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the torpedo is not responding, and so Picard's like, hey, I think we gotta go get it, maybe, because they can't really like physically follow it. With the Enterprise, they're in like an asteroid field. It's not a good idea. So Picard's like, cool, he'll take the shuttlecraft and Data will join with him. And then I also noticed in the credits, directed by Gates McFadden.
Yeah, I
This
noticed
is her.
that too.
Yeah, this is her
Jeff,
first
is
time
this-
directing an episode.
This is her first?
Okay.
Good for her.
Also,
Yeah.
bad news.
Good for her.
But this is the last time that a woman directs a Star Trek episode until Voyager. 6
Jesus Christ.
years.
Oh, Jesus. I thought you were going to say for the rest of this
Wow.
season. And I was like, okay, there's not that many episodes left. But then years, oh my God.
Yeah, I
That's-
want to talk about it more later, but I'm impressed because
Yeah.
this is a complex episode to direct
Yeah, it
for
definitely
your
is.
first time.
Yeah. Lots of moving pieces. Okay, so Picard tells Worf that he should consider analyzing the guidance system and just look into what went
Why
wrong.
are they all
And so Data
like,
is like,
dogging
oh, this trip
on
might...
Worf in this scene? Like, come on, poor guy.
Yeah.
They really are like pilot. Like it is a Worf pylon and like unnecessarily.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah. So Data just assumes the trip with Picard is going to take a few days, so he needs someone to watch Spot. And we surprisingly learned that Reg actually really vibes with cats. And Spot really likes him. And immediately, like, he's holding Spot, and Spot is vibing with Reg.
It's
It's like-
because all three beings in this scene are autistic. Like, let's just be real. Like,
But yeah, Spot is purring.
yeah.
She's like
I
letting Reg
maintain
hold
that
her.
cats are
It's cute.
autistic.
Listen, that's fair. That's fair. And then Reg is like, "Oh, did she pick out a birth spot yet?" I was like, "I feel like let her pick it, Reg," but Reg picks it for her.
No.
And he's like,
he,
"How?"
He didn't pick it for
I know
her.
he
looked for the one she'd already picked.
But there wasn't anything there. He just was like, "She needs a dark and whatever."
No, they imply
Spot,
it later because
and-
when they cut to the cat later, there's like a bunch of like toys and shit around, like implying that like she'd
There
been
was?
gathering
I
stuff
totally
there.
don't.
Yeah,
Okay, I totally don't remember that.
yeah. It was supposed to be that he found the place that she picked, not that he picked for
Okay.
her.
Okay, because we don't ever really see the like nest,
Yeah.
so to speak. So, then Reg is like, who's the dad, by the way? And we learned that there are 12 male cats on the Enterprise, and Data's like, I'm gonna do a DNA test after
Yeah.
the kittens are born. I'm like,
I-
honestly, fair.
I love this part of the scene because I just love like these two guys engaging in like hot goss about the cats. on the
Yes.
ship.
Like, oh my gosh, Spot, you really had your pick of the male cat litter, if you will.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I have never seen Reg this calm ever. And he's just so chill with this that I swear to God he missed his calling. He
Yeah.
should have been a vet or something.
Yeah.
Because he just is so he really vibed with Spot. It was very cute. Okay, so we're back with Worf, and he's been running the like diagnostics over and over again on the weapons systems and array, and he cannot figure out what the problem is. And Riker can see he's getting frustrated and goes over to him, and he's like, "Okay, cool. Well, to like help, we'll have Geordi take a look as well." And then Riker does the normal thing for him where he's sort of like leaning over. And then Worf goes, "Must you stand so close to me?" And immediately I wrote, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
No one ever has a problem with, even Worf,
How
no one
close-
ever has a problem with Riker,
Yeah.
his like, over the shoulder hovering. No one ever has problems with that. What is wrong? Something's definitely wrong with Worf
Yeah.
because why he's
Yeah,
a
why
Riker
now?
guy. He would never have a
Yeah.
problem with this. This is so bizarre to me immediately. So I wrote, Worf, what is going on? Normally you love having Riker this close to you. We all do. So then Riker's like, cool, you've worked 6 hours straight. Take a break. And so then we cut to this really intense food spread that Worf has set up in 10 Forward, where we've got these 3 huge plates. There's like maybe some kind of fish or like sardines or something.
Yeah. There's
There looks like there's like
octopus.
green beans. Oh yeah, the octopus, the huge ass tentacles. I was like, I'm on board. There's like a turkey leg, green beans. There's like a fuck ton of shit.
Yeah.
And then Troy shows up and she sits down. She's like, thanks for waiting. And he goes, do not approach me unannounced, especially when I'm eating. Like, same. No, I'm kidding. But then apparently they were supposed to meet for lunch, but he just like really went to town without her on his food. So she orders caviar.
Yeah. Double order of
Like
caviar.
double order of caviar. And she really wants something salty, and she's just like really going to town on a huge glass of water, and she is trying to stay hydrated.
In a really like pretty like sort of frosty iridescent cup also.
Yeah.
Gotta say.
Yeah.
It's a future cup, Maggie.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I mean, to be honest, it was probably a candle holder.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, I could see that.
The glasses they used for DS9 were candle holders.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So she's like, also, why does it feel so dry on the ship? And then Worf lets out a huge burp.
Yeah.
And I just heard again, what the fuck is going on? And then because of the weird way that like Troy was acting, or like that she was craving something salty, she's drinking so much. And because of Alyssa previously mentioning she was pregnant, I was like, Troy's not pregnant, is she? That's my nightmare. Please don't have Troy be pregnant right now. I'm already not on board with this relationship, let alone a pregnancy right now. Fortunately / unfortunately, that's not the case.
Yeah.
So Worf really goes to town on like the same, he's like really chewing on one particular piece of food, and the waitress like drops off Troy's caviar, and then he just like intensely watches Troy, and he's just being very fucking weird.
Yeah.
And Troy suggests that maybe he's under more stress, and maybe some rest is like what he needs to do. But he continues, he's also playing with like the octopus tentacle at this point.
Yeah.
So he's really like, I don't know how others say it, and then really fingering that octopus tentacle.
Well, he's like twisting it with both his hands. It's kind of, it's gross.
Yeah. And as someone who likes like the like octopus tentacles and like squid tentacles for eating, this was upsetting to me. To watch the way he was like doing that. But she's like, hey, maybe take a rest. And then once he was finished with the tentacles, he just like puts it down and like leaves. And she's like, oh, I didn't mean like right now, but okay. So then we cut to Worf having a very intense sleep in his quarters, and he rips his blankets apart.
Yeah.
And he like jumps out of his bed and is like running around his quarters. And the one thing that I did notice was like, I actually think it's really adorable that Worf wears a pajama suit.
Yeah.
I love like a pajama suit.
A very stereotypical pajama suit.
Yeah, I loved it. It was very adorable. But then I thought he was walking around with like first a stuffed animal, and then we got closer, and like then I was like, is this just like a huge clump of hair? What the fuck is he holding? Yeah. And then I realized I think it was like the stuffing from the blanket that he ripped open, because then he goes back to his bed and rips open his mattress and takes out the stuffing from the mattress, and then like reconfigures his blanket on the floor. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is so bizarre. Okay, so then in engineering, Riker's visiting to see what the fuck is going on with the ship, because the ship is having its own issues. And Reg is explaining, but Riker's in one ear out the other ear, like really getting nothing.
Yeah.
And Geordi gives him this tablet, and he's like, cool, I'll read it later. Keep doing whatever you guys you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep going. Great, good job, I guess. And then an alarm sounds, and Reg like rushes over, all like pumped up. He's like, I'm gonna go check out the thing. And Geordi's like, cool, I will go with you. And at this point I was like, are we doing opposite day? Because I'm very confused about what is going the fuck on here.
Yeah.
Because Reg is hyped. Reg is pumped.
Yeah.
The energy, I've never seen this kind of energy with Reg. He is so like excited to work, I guess. I don't know. So back on the bridge, Troy is fucking freezing. She keeps telling the computer to raise the temperature by 2 degrees and increase the humidity. And then Worf is like, no, override, go back, so reset to environmental controls to standard. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
She has apparently also raised the temperature 3 times already prior to that. And Worf's like, it's too fucking hot.
Yeah, and you see him visibly sweating too.
Yeah, and then Troy just goes, live with it. Which I thought was so funny. She's also like, she's shivering, and she just decides to, she just is like, I'm gonna go take a bath, bye. And just leaves. But Reg, so Reg and Geordi are in the tunnel tube, whatever it's called. And he's like very jazzed to find this ruptured conduit that needs to be fixed. And Geordi's like, hey, look how weird this, like the edges on this grate have been like corroded or whatever. That's super weird, right? And Reg is like, that's cool. Let's fix this and do this and this and this. And Geordi's like, I think I need to take a break first. And then, yeah, I was like, are we in opposite day? Because I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And then, so now on the bridge. So we got 2 new guys sitting at the front. What are the front, where Data sits and then where the other person sits?
What are the con and ops?
Yes. Yeah. So at those desks, we got 2 new guys, as far as I know, and one of them gets lines. Look at him go.
Yeah.
And he tells Riker that they received communication from Starfleet. They want to know what's going on with the new weapon systems. And Riker's like, what? What are we talking about? And he's like, the weapon systems that we've been testing for the last few days. And Riker's like, yeah, great, cool. Let me deal with that. We haven't finished yet. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. Cool. And then and this point I sort of started making my notes of like what everyone's deals were.
Okay, yeah.
So I wrote,
very good.
Worf, insatiable. Reg, pumped.
Yeah.
Troy, cold/thirsty. And then I just wrote, Geordi needs a break. Riker, bad memory. So then we cut to Troy.
Yeah, Riker just like spontaneously develops ADHD.
Truly, yeah.
Shit and like
yeah. So then we cut to Troy. She's in the tub, fully in her uniform, and Worf comes in, super aggressive, and he's like, "Get out!" And she's like, "No," and she's like, "I gotta make it warmer."
Night and day Worf from what we saw the previous
last episode. Yeah, this is truly kind of insane. And then she tries to make it warmer, and then he grabs her and bites her face.
Yeah. This scene was honestly upsetting for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did not like it. Because then he even looks surprised. Like, there's blood on his mouth. There's blood. Like, she puts her hand to her cheek. And there's blood there. Like, they're both, like, shocked he did that. And it's like, very upsetting. So we cut to Troy then in sickbay. And her body temperature has now gone down 8 degrees, which is like incredibly concerning.
8 degrees Celsius, like that is like
that will kill most people.
That is significant.
Troy's built different,
because if hypothetically anyone watching was like American, like the difference between 1 degree Fahrenheit to each other is like much smaller than between Celsius.
So the funny thing is, so like she's sitting on the bed in sickbay. She's got the trauma blanket, but she's got it wrapped around her like a towel if you're going swimming or something, or a shower.
Yeah.
Instead of putting it over her shoulders, which would be the way to keep yourself warm, she's just got it like wrapped under her armpits and across her chest. I'm like, you're not gonna stay warm that way, girl. You got to put it around you.
Yeah, you got to put it over your shoulders.
Yeah, she's in sickbay. Why is no one being like, hey, you're using the blanket wrong? So then Dr. C goes to check on Worf and like what the fuck's going on with him? And he just stares at her while she talks. And then I wrote, if he tries to bite her face. Oh, okay. I was confused. I thought that I was like, he better not bite her face while she's doing this scan, because she's like, okay, we need to do this scan, and she puts her like hand on his shoulder to like, you need to lie down, and then he just like isn't like doesn't, he like makes like he flinches, and she's like, okay, let's do the scan upright then.
Yeah.
And then she notices what she then calls a venom sac on his, she calls it his neck, but it looks like it's on his jaw.
Yeah, it's like
and it's gross.
like a goiter or something.
Yes, it's a very, but like weirdly bumpy. I don't know. It's something. I didn't like it.
It's a sac attached to his cheek.
Yeah. So then she tells Worf to open his mouth, and
which was extremely dumb in my
Extremely,
opinion.
yes.
extremely okay. But I need to tell you what I wrote for this.
Yeah.
So I wrote I was expecting a snake tongue, but instead, Dr. C gets Baja blasted to the floor.
That's hilarious.
And she's like screaming in pain. It's really
Again.
awful.
Again, upsetting.
Yes. Yeah. Like this truly was awful. Like her screaming was just like heartbreaking. But like, Dr. C, why would you ask that?
Yeah.
I don't understand why she just thought that was a great idea, but
Yeah. Like,
anyways.
okay, if you have to examine his mouth, stand it to the side. Maybe?
yeah.
Like,
Don't go in the splash zone. Like
yeah.
Okay, so fortunately though, Alyssa managed to get Dr. C into stasis before the venom, which Baja Blast venom,
Yeah.
same thing. One might argue. The venom paralyzed her.
I had I just have to say, I had Baja Blast for the first time not too long ago, and
It's not good.
it's not the
I don't
greatest.
like it.
It's not the greatest.
Give me regular Mountain Dew any day. And by any day, I mean when I go to Taco Bell only.
Yeah. I like Code Red as well. It's not that it's
I've never
bad.
had it.
It's just not, like, for all the hype it gets, it's like not as good as the hype.
Yeah, I've never had that red one. I like the regular Mountain Dew. Unfortunately, the Taco Bell that I like does not have regular Mountain Dew. They just have Baja Blast. So I have to get Pepsi, like a fucking peasant.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Actually, I prefer the crab juice.
The crab.
Reference.
It's from The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
It's the episode where they're in New York.
Okay. Meep, meep, meep. Okay, so Dr. C will be all right. She'll need some like reconstructive surgery, which I'm glad we didn't have to see what happened to Dr. C's face, because that I feel like we had enough like body horror this episode.
Yeah.
We didn't need more.
Yeah.
So then Reg tells Riker that the venom from Worf and the substance found on the conduit that like melted the floor is the same.
Did
And
you
so
make
then
an addition
Alyssa
about
what
Reg is doing now? How he's being...
Reg, what isn't Reg fucking doing now? Reg is being like, Reg is me trying to watch any show. Cannot fucking sit still.
Yeah.
Constantly
He's very
fidgeting.
twitchy.
Reg is all over the place.
Yeah.
He's like up in like Riker's face a lot too. But Riker doesn't have like an issue with personal space, so he's like, I'll allow it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Alyssa says that 60 crewmen have been exhibiting...
I think that's also, like, Riker also is like, yeah, you guys do whatever you want to do. Like,
yeah, Riker really is, like, gone at this
Yeah.
point, sort of. So yeah, 60 crewmen have been exhibiting strange behavioral changes, memory loss, fatigue, headaches, and then I wrote Riker's experiencing all of that this exact second.
Yeah.
And I think one thing is clear. This is back to Alyssa's quote. One thing is clear. There's some sort of disease aboard the Enterprise, and it's spreading. And then, yeah, I wrote Reg all up in Riker's personal space and twitching or something. And then Geordi comes in and he's like, yeah, we got like people looking for Worf and we're at security level 2, but I think maybe we can go down to security level 1, Riker. And what do you think? And Riker's like, yeah, you know what? What do you think? 'Cause I'm not.
Yeah.
So and so Alyssa is like kind of watching Riker forget everything in real time, but like
Yeah.
nothing happens.
He's
They're
becoming your
he's-
average U.S. senator.
yeah, he's becoming me to a certain degree. So Riker then he's like, okay, I gotta send a subspace message to Starfleet to let them know what's going on, but he can't remember the authorization code. So he's like, I guess I'll just hang out here.
Yeah.
Because he's got nothing. So now we cut to Picard and Data on the shuttle, and they recovered the stray torpedo, and they're heading back to the Enterprise. But the Enterprise is actually not at the planned coordinates, and Data can't reach them on any communication channels. So Data has to try to find them, and is able to find them 2 light years away. But they're kind of drifting. They're not like in the visual, it looks like they're spinning kind of slowly, like a Ferris wheel style thing.
I
but
think
when we
it
actually get to
is.
the ship, it's just sort of like drifting. It's not spinning. So they, so Picard and Data, they get to the ship, and they're in the shuttle bay, and everything's dark. And I thought there was like stuff coming out of these barrels, and I thought that was relevant. It was not.
No.
And the main power is off, and all systems are on standby or emergency mode, and there's no response from really anybody. So then I wrote, this episode has now turned into a horror movie.
Yeah.
And Picard, which is my nightmare. And so Data and Picard are now like walking down the halls with flashlights and phasers. And then they hear like growling in the distance. And Picard then finds like this huge thing of like skin that's like shedded skin. And I was like, I really don't want to see what this came from. I don't want to know. I don't like it. I don't like this. Then they come across Troy's quarters, and her door is wet.
Yeah.
And they go into her quarters, and like droplets are coming down from the ceilings. I do not fucking like this. I was honestly expecting Snake Troy. I'm very happy we didn't get Snake Troy.
No.
Then we come across, so Troy is in the bathtub face down,
Yeah.
and Picard immediately like grabs her, picks her up, and then we see she's struggling to breathe, and she's got like kind of orangey eyes. She's got scales on her face. She's got like the
Gecko Troy.
the gills. Yeah. So they're like, oh boy, this is intense. So Data then says that her genetic codes are being resequenced, and her cells are mutating as a result. At a fundamental level, she's no longer cool. So sorry, her cells are mutating as a result, period. At a fundamental level, she's no longer human.
Yeah.
Troy is essentially an amphibian, in which I then wrote Troyphibian. I felt like I needed to come up with a nickname with everybody, and I did, but they're not very good. Admittedly, not very good.
I mean, I like Troyphibian.
Troyphibian is probably...
You're going to tell us as we get to each one, and I'm going to see if I can come up with
Please
something
do,
better.
because I'm sure you can. These were not good. These were... I just popped into my... Like, not even popped into my head. I just was like... I didn't think about it at all. I just was like, I want to come up with a nickname for everyone. And the first thing was Troyphibian. And I didn't think that was very good. They don't get better. So then... Okay, so... They leave her in her tub, and Picard and Data go to the bridge, and they find the guy who had the speaking lines earlier to Riker, and he is dead. So he got his screen time. Good for this guy.
Yeah.
And he's been attacked, and then his DNA was also changing, but it was really early in the process. So
yeah, and in the director, this scene was like, Patrick, can you shine the light right in the eye of the guy who is desperately trying not to blink?
And then I wrote, because like, remember last episode, Picard was like, yeah, I've told lots of families, I've had to tell lots of families about like the death of their family
loved one,
member, and
yeah.
I'm like, how would you go about doing this one?
Yeah.
This one's a real weird, rough one to have to explain.
I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. something. He was killed by an animal crew member.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's like very bizarre way to have to like explain what has happened on the ship. So Data is picking up 1011 life forms on the ship. They're all exhibiting a similar genetic flux to Troyphibian, that like they're all sort of they're not in like their humanoidness. They've done, something's happened to them. Their genetics
Yeah.
have gone a little haywire. And so everyone seems to be mostly spread out, except there seems to be clusters in the Arboretum and at the Aqua Lab. And I wrote, not the pool. I don't think we visited the Aqua Lab yet, so I'm
Probably
curious
not.
about
I mean,
what that is.
They don't have the budget for that.
That's fair.
It's just it's a water lab.
Okay. So Picard and
It's like
Data
for
then
studying
follow
marine life and shit.
like dolphins.
I thought it was a lab
kidding.
where the hit pop band Aqua was playing Barbie Girl all day and all night.
Listen, they've got more songs than Barbie Girl. Honestly, that would be great. They're fantastic.
Yeah, Dory and I
You
saw
want them to be on Star Trek and have their own room?
Dory and
Listen,
I saw
they
them
would-
live,
they should-
and they were
yeah.
really fun.
The crew of the
great.
Enterprise should be so lucky to be able to see a full ass concert from Aqua, the band. They
Yeah.
were fantastic. They put on a great show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, so they hear like noise that's coming from the ready room, and they find Riker, who is in caveman state,
Yeah.
I guess, and he is really trying to open the fish tank.
Yeah.
And
He's trying to get at Picard's fish. Honestly, I thought you would freak out more about this.
no,
You'd be like, Caveman
I
Riker?
no, it was surprising, but honest, no, there's one that freaked that
Oh,
I
yeah.
I got a legit jump scare for someone.
Yeah.
So I did.
To be fair, they
call-
planned it as a jump scare.
Yeah, I mean, they succeeded. So Caveman Riker, who I decided to call, again, very bad name, Raveman Riker. Sorry, Raveman. Raveman. And so instead of Riker, Caveman, Raveman.
Okay,
Again,
yeah.
horrible.
That's
I didn't do a good
terrible.
job here. I did not do a good job.
Listen, I tried to get you to not be so down on yourself, but that is deeply terrible.
No, it is really bad. I couldn't think of anything in the moment. And I
Yeah.
just went with, I was like, I'm ready. I made Troyphibian. And I thought I could only do better than that. And I think I sank from there.
Yeah.
I think I got worse, collectively worse from there. And yeah, so we have Raveman. He tries to attack Picard. Picard's trying to like talk to him, but Data's like, his brain's real small. You're not going to get anywhere with this.
Yeah.
But then Raveman tries to like attack Picard, and pushes him down on the couch.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How does Willanderthal work?
Willanderthal's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, Willanderthal. That's excellent. Jeff?
I told you
I'm
I'd try
giving
to
you
come
a
up with
clap
something
for that.
better, and I'm like, oh,
No,
where's the
and
early
you did.
humans?
Truly,
Ah.
I did not do a good job. Willanderthal is fantastic.
Excellent. Well, I'm happy about that one.
No, that one's great. Yeah, so then Data then fires the phaser at Willanderthal and it knocks him out. So we are now, I didn't write it down. Are we in the sick bay yet? I don't know. But Data believes that the crew is devolving.
Oh, yeah, that's
And-
the sick bay.
Okay, yeah, so we're in sick bay then. So Data says, I've analyzed Commander Riker's DNA structure. A synthetic T cell has invaded his genetic codes. The cells begin to activate his latent introns. And if we remember, synthetic T cell came up earlier with Dr. C and Reg. So then Picard says introns, and then Data says they are genetic codes which are normally dormant. They are evolutionary holdovers, sequences of DNA.
Yeah, all this is bullshit, by the way, just so.
Okay, I did look up that introns
wait,
do
wait.
exist. I did look that up. They are real. I just didn't feel like looking
let
further
me
into
explain that in a bit. I'll explain that in a bit, but Dory, finish your reason.
Okay, yeah. So sequences of DNA which provided key behavioral and physical characteristics millions of years ago, but there are no longer necessary. For instance, Counselor Troy's gill slits and other amphibious characteristics were derived introns which still contain amphibious codes. And yeah, there's like a lot of stuff. Honestly, it's like a genetic code that's been activated, and everyone, like, the people's are going to be different.
Yeah.
What he specifically says is that all of your codes are activated.
Yeah.
Which actually no, I think that gets mentioned
Yeah,
at the
it
end,
does.
but I'll get to that one after. Okay, so here's the thing. At the time that this episode came out, the discovery of dormant introns in your DNA was actually like making headlines.
Okay.
So it was new at the time. And obviously science fiction is the kind of thing that's, well, it's speculative. So, they went into it and they were like, "Oh my god, what can this mean?" And of course, people who have absolutely no understanding of science were like, "Huh, what if we evolved into things that we came from? Like iguanas." And it's like, no, iguanas exist. You didn't come from that.
We
So,
share a common ancestor.
You get
with
some
iguanas.
really stupid things here, and I will bring up when it's something specific that it's like, okay, what is the common ancestor between humans and fucking this? Because there's some dumb as shit stuff coming up. But
Oh, yeah.
we'll get into that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
the
thi-
point
I
is
think
that
what they're going for is that, like, ultimately everything combines back to the same base, like, DNA sequence. So at some point,
And
you
that's
have
true.
the potential for every possible thing that's come from that.
Oh, no. So in the episode, it is specifically about evolutionary holdovers. So things that we evolved from.
Okay, that would be in our direct
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And they
That's
specifically
why it's
say
stupid.
for their home worlds,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
is important.
Yeah.
So we'll get into how stupid it gets afterwards.
Yes.
I'll let you guys continue.
Yeah.
Okay, so Data then chooses to tell Picard in that exact moment to be like, "Oh, by the way, you're also infected with the virus." And Picard's like, "Cool, great.
How long till
do I
I'm
have?"
dumb?
Yeah, and then Data's like, "You have 12 hours."
Yeah.
And Data thinks, okay, this made me laugh. It's not supposed to be funny, but Data's like, "Oh, Picard, I think you're gonna de-evolve into an earlier form of primate, possibly similar to a lemur or pygmy marmoset."
Yeah.
I was
think
like,
this is
I'm
supposed to be
sorry.
funny.
What?
Jean Lemur Picard?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
you.
I didn't come up with a nickname for him, but I was like, "Oh, Picard gonna turn into Zaboomafoo or some shit?" Like, that's insane. So then Picard says, "Well, before I start swinging through the through the hall looking for breakfast, we better find some answers." Like, sure. So Data suggests that they head to his quarters to work on reversing the devolving process, because his computer has an independent processing and memory storage unit. So it wouldn't have really been affected by whatever the fuck is going on with the main computer.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Let's see the kittens. Let's see the kittens." We go in the room. We hear tiny little meowing, and we cut to five tiny little baby kittens just like wiggling on the carpet. And I was like, "No blanket or anything?
Yeah.
Where's the fucking nest go? Where are they fucking going? They're like babies. They're tiny." And I just wrote, "Where's Spot?"
They're also several
And
weeks
then-
old.
Yeah, at this point they would be several weeks old. Like they don't look like super newborn kittens, because
Yeah.
they're
Well,
fucking
probably
moving
hard
around.
to come across.
Yeah, no,
you
sure.
probably like, it's probably illegal too, and it's probably for the best that
Yeah.
you can't film with like newborn kittens.
Yeah. And then I just wrote, "Where's Spot?" And then, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah.
What do we see? A fucking huge lizard with a tiny
It's
pink
an iguana.
collar. that is okay. I wrote iguana, but I wrote iguana question mark because I don't know lizards well enough.
I'm pretty sure.
And then I just you might be right. I have no idea. That's why I didn't end up saying iguana because I wasn't actually sure and I didn't feel like looking it up. But yeah, this iguana with a pink collar was really cute. And I was like, oh, poor Spot. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that cats would have common industry with lizards, but here we
specifically iguanas, because that's
just
a
specifically
fucking iguana.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, sweet.
And that's the point. Like, that's stupid as shit.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny though. But I also noted like, oh, the babies aren't affected, and then like that's interesting because I actually did initially have a theory that everything didn't start happening until like they started talking about Spot being pregnant and that she was gonna give birth.
Yeah.
And so I kind of assumed because like stuff sort of started once Data and Picard left, that I kind of assumed that kittens were like related to the problem. Nope.
Oh,
kittens have
no.
nothing to do with it. Not at all. So
But the kittens help solve the problem, though.
yes, they're also so cute. So Data then determines that the kittens were born 24 hours ago. Basically, like Spot gave birth and then turned into an iguana.
Yeah.
So like actually I feel like I don't know that the babies would have survived that long, to be totally honest, because like 24 hours without like any food.
Yeah, it's possible.
But listen, these are super babies, super kittens. They're gonna live forever. So Picard says, Picard and Data discuss that maybe like because they were protected by Spot's womb, etc. They say placental barriers, maternal antibodies, and amniotic fluid all maybe were used as like a filtration system to protect the bebés in the womb. And Picard says maybe we could have inhabited the intron virus by using the natural antibodies in Spot's amniotic fluid. And Data though is like, hey, though I think with humans we might need to do the human antibodies though. Not sure we can use Spots for the humanoids.
Yeah.
So they're like, cool, well, do we have any pregnant people on the ship? And I have like I have an issue.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about it after. Okay. So fortunately, the Data was there when Alyssa was like, I'm pregnant. So they find her and they're like, okay, well, they go try to find her, and there's like some problem in engineering, so they stop through there on the way. Alyssa is in the arboretum, I think.
Yeah.
But on the way they stop in engineering, and Data's like, I'm gonna fix this thing, and Picard wanders through engineering and it is covered in webs.
Yeah.
And I wrote, what fresh non-Marvel Spider-Man hell are we about to see?
Yeah.
I immediately I was like, there's gonna be a spider. I don't like it. I'm not like afraid of spiders per se.
Yeah, they're not like your main thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not a phobia of mine. I just like, I don't care. I don't really like them.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know what I'm about to see, and I don't like it.
Yeah, you don't know how like gross or graphic it's gonna be. Yeah.
And so Picard then looks into the chamber.
Have we established that Picard's starting to have like heightened fear?
Responses? Yeah. He's starting to get like a little like, but he does say something somewhere that I made a note about, because I was like, sounds like panic attack. Oh no, it's here. Yeah. So Picard, so Picard's looking through the what's the chamber with the thing. What's the
warp core?
The warp core?
Warp core, yes. Sorry, I forgot what it's called. And he's looking in, and then we get a fucking jump scare of a Spider-Man hybrid thing. I don't even want to describe, because it legit scared me. and I didn't want to look at it again. I didn't want to go back. I didn't even know who it was. I didn't catch who it was.
It was Barkley.
I hated it so much. Yes, I learned that when they pointed it out later, but I was like, I'm not going to revisit that.
Yeah.
I don't need to go back. I don't need to see that.
Yeah, it's like
so then
he's like half transformed, so it's like the Fly but a spider.
I've never seen The Fly. I don't think I ever
With
will.
Jeff Goldblum?
I don't like it. It's listen, this is all body horror. This was not a fun episode for me.
Yeah, we are on opposite ends of enjoyment of body horror. I am pro.
Yeah.
You are very not.
I'm hard against.
Yeah.
I'm hard against me seeing body horror. Okay, so Data is like, yeah, that was Reg. And I was like, oh, great, cool.
Yeah.
So then I wrote Picard is giving panic attack.
Yeah.
But Data is like, oh no, it's just early signs of transformation.
Yeah.
Because then Picard is like, fear, panic, feeling like you're being watched. I'm like, that just sounds like a
life.
normal day for a lot of us. They end up finding Alyssa, who is also gone like primate. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know my categories ish.
Yeah.
But she's
primate
gone
would be
real
the-
hairy.
Yeah, she's gone like
So she's gone full
monkey
hairy.
direction.
She's so they figure out that her embryo is unaffected by the virus. Data believes that he can use her amniotic fluid as a template for a retrovirus. It would neutralize the synthetic T cell and reestablish the genetic patterns of each host. But Data's gonna need to use like the sickbay computer. And they're in sickbay at this point though already. And then we hear like banging on the door, and I was like, I do not want to see what Worf has become.
Yeah.
Because I was like they established that it's from your home world, so we're not going to see something we recognize from Worf because he's a Klingon, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I am worried, I am concerned, I am scared. And then Data's like, oh yeah, on the other side of this door we got a large, approximately 200 kilogram someone that's heavily armed with an exoskeleton, and life signs appear to be Klingon. And I just wrote, sounds like a dinosaur.
Yeah, kind of.
To be fair, Dory, do you remember what the last creature from Klingon homeworld that you remember seeing was?
Gowron? No, I don't.
That wasn't a Klingon.
Oh, okay.
It was a fucking pig.
Oh.
They just bought a fucking boar and put it on the ship.
yeah.
Oh, I don't
and
remember.
like put a horn on it.
Okay.
And that was
I totally
it.
don't remember. Okay, then I wrote LOL Willy Mammoth then. I don't know. I was like I was nervous. And then Picard goes down an interesting path here. He goes, predators use vocalizations to frighten other predators, to mark territory, and to commence mating process. And then Picard's like, I wonder if Worf sees Troy as his mate and is trying to get to her, and he bit her on her face to maybe mark her rather than like harm her. And I was like, does anyone else know that they're together at this point? Or is this like the low-key way of like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
They're together. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
this
sure.
would be truly an absolutely unhinged way to reveal your relationship.
Yeah. Well, it's not like they
but
did
they're
it
like,
on
okay.
purpose.
No, for sure. But they're like,
That would be
cool.
a crazy
So
way
he's
for
trying
people to find out that you two are
yeah,
dating. Yeah. Because
But
I
they're
don't
like,
think
cool.
anyone knows, because I feel like they would have mentioned it to be like,
Yeah.
well, they are like seeing each other, so
Yeah.
you know, makes sense that Worf would be like after her.
Yeah. But he's like, okay, he wants to get in to get to Troy. And so they need to lure Worf away so Data can get to work. And they're like, oh, well, Klingons have a strong sense of smell. So if we can duplicate Troy's pheromones and convince Worf that, like, she's no longer in sickbay, then he can, like, lure Worf away from there and give Data a chance to actually work.
Yeah.
So Data extracts Troy's pheromones, and Picard puts it in a little vial to distract Worf. And so Data is not super on board with this plan, but like, what are you gonna fucking do? So Picard sneaks out of sickbay and starts to spray the pheromones, and he runs down this hallway, spraying up half, and he gets to a part in the corridor where there's like four directions, or I said crosswalk.
Yeah, like a crossroads.
And yeah, and he sprays in different directions and then like tries to get into the turbo lift. But it's a real tight squeeze and Worf is coming closer. And then we get like a better look at Worf. And I wasn't entirely sure how to describe it. And like a mix between like a Digimon and a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah.
So I called him just Worfmon. Again, not good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so dumb. I should have called him the werewolf. Oh my god.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, that is really good.
Oh my god. I'm glad I came up with this.
I was just going to call him Mr. Woof.
Werewolf. Okay. So we're calling him Werewolf.
Got it. Wait, did you have a name for Reg?
I didn't. I
Was
number
it
one
Spider
didn't.
Reg?
I didn't even see. I didn't know who it was until they're like, "Oh, that was Reg," and I was like, "Cool." I don't ever want to go back to that.
Okay,
And
we'll
it was
just call
so
him Spider
quick.
Reg.
Spider Reg. Yeah,
Spider
we can
Reg,
call him Spider.
Spider Reg.
So Werewolf is like trying to get to Picard, and Picard is able to get into the turbo lift, and it kind of just stops. So he like climbs out and goes back into that sort of tube area where Reg and Geordi were earlier on in the episode.
Oh yeah.
And he just like pulls I guess it's the conduit. I'm not entirely sure. First Picard sits on top of this like panel, and he takes this conduit out of the wall and like electrocutes the floor, or like electrocutes the rest of the tunnel. And so the werewolf gets shocked. It's like electrocuted, and he's knocked out.
I'm assuming that it would like the panel, because it was like an electrical panel, it was like rubber coated or something.
Yeah. I have to, that's what I kind of had to assume there too. And fortunately, Data is having success with the retrovirus, and he can release it into the ship's atmosphere in a gaseous state, but it'll take time to kick in. And so for now, Picard is trapped with Werewolf, and he's like very scared. And it was like sad to see like Picard this scared. So then, so Data succeeded, everyone's back to normal, and Dr. C has determined that the synthetic T-cell she used to cure Reg's flu earlier on initiated the intron virus. So then we see Reg and Dr. C in sickbay, and Reg goes, "So this was my fault?" And Dr. C says, "No, in a way, it's mine. I didn't realize it at the time, but there's an anomaly in your genetic chemistry that caused the synthetic T-cell to mutate. Instead of activating one dormant gene, it started activating all of them, including your introns." And then Reg
For the record,
says,
if you activated all your dormant genes, you would just fucking die.
Yeah.
"Party." And then Reg goes, and that's what caused me to de-evolve. And then Dr. C says, "You and every other member of the crew. The T-cell became airborne and started to spread like a virus. You know, Reg, this is a completely new disease, and it's traditional to classify a new disease with the first diagnosed patient." Then Reg says, "Oh, you mean you want to name the disease after me?" And then Dr. C says, "That's right. How about Barclay's protomorphosis syndrome?" And then Reg is like, "Barclay's photomorphosis? Well, it has a nice ring to it. Thank you, doctor." And then he walks out, and Troy comes over to Dr. C, and then Dr. C says, "He transformed into a spider, and now he has a disease named after him." And then Troy says, "I think I better clear my calendar for the next few weeks." And the episode ends.
Yeah, it's crazy that
It literally just fucking ends.
It's crazy that they ended this episode on like a comedy button. Like,
Yeah, this was horrifying.
yeah.
And they also, like, it's very chill. Like, Dr. C, someone died.
Yeah.
And that's only one person we know of who died. What if other people died as well? Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
This is taking it a little too chill. Like,
Yeah.
this is a little too, like, ha ha ha, that's crazy, right?
A man died.
Yeah. like, and probably in a really horrible way. Like, it did
Yeah.
not seem like it seemed pretty rough. Yeah, so this was I didn't like this.
Yeah.
I
Y'all are gonna hate me, but I kind of liked this episode.
Yeah, I agree. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun watch. There's a major problem with it, and that's the fact that as soon as Data and Picard get back to the ship, there really isn't any story anymore. You're following them around, and every new scene is an excuse to showcase a makeup job,
Yeah.
and that's fine. They're very good makeup jobs, but
yes.
it doesn't have a point anymore. It's just,
Yeah,
well,
I
we
mean,
need to
you
wrap
are-
this up.
You are solving the mystery, right? Because, like,
But we already know what the mystery is.
but we don't actually. Like, we don't know that the crew are like turning to animals and why they're turning into animals and that.
We
sort
don't
of
know
thing.
why, but we know that they are.
Yeah, but we are solving a mystery. We're solving why they are that way.
Okay.
You know.
You're getting the science explanation for it, yeah, but, like,
Yeah.
I think my issue is that they are going around, it's doing, like, it's giving us, like, kind of almost lore scenes about, like, their thought process on it, but the mystery isn't very interesting at that point. It's just like, ooh, what's the next thing that someone's going to turn into? And then we
Yeah.
see the next thing that someone's going to turn into.
And-
like, the
and-
chase with Worf is pretty decently done. So I enjoy that.
I'll admit, I kind of like that. I kind of like.
No, that's
just
fine. It's fun.
I like just getting to enjoy the atmosphere and like
Yeah, that's fair.
getting to be like, oh, what is the next person gonna be? Like, that's the part of it that appeals to me, actually.
They're going to be werewolf.
Yeah. I didn't remember what everyone turned into, so I thought Barkley was gonna turn into like some sort of lizard.
Oh, okay.
Because I know he was trying to be, like, skittery, like a spider and stuff like that, but he really came off more like a twitchy lizard.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think that the approach that Dwight Schultz went for in terms of, like, turning into a spider person was very good. I didn't think it was a
No.
good decision to be like, oh, let's make him twitchy and weird like that. It's like,
Yeah.
no, you're just kind of going by like a stereotype of an insect, but that's not the stereotype of,
Yeah.
like, a spider. So
Yeah.
Oh my
and-
god, I didn't even put that together.
yeah,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it's not a great idea. That's
and
that's one doesn't work.
And here's the thing. I think it's a poor decision for portraying a spider, but I think he did a good job at portraying that this was not usual Reg behavior.
Yes, I agree.
That there was something up with him.
I do find
like-
it entertaining when he's stretched between the chairs in the ready room, or not the ready room, in the conference room.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the specific portrayal was off, but like you could tell that this isn't how Reg usually acts.
Yeah. That said, the reveal shot of Riker's face when he turns to the camera is fucking diabolical. I love that
Yeah.
shot.
I thought the makeup on Riker was really good.
It was fantastic, yeah. I mean, his jump from the table wasn't great, but that's
No.
just because it's a person trying to jump like an ape. Like, I'm sorry, on a TV budget, you're not going to
Yeah.
get someone who could do that.
Yeah.
I feel like all the makeup actually looked pretty good for the most part. I think everyone
Yeah.
looked pretty cool.
It was very well done. The makeup was they gave them like an extra 2 weeks to prep for it.
Oh, nice.
Because of course fucking Brandon Braga wrote the episode. But no, he got the episode done early in order to let Michael Westmore prep for the episode. And Westmore apparently absolutely fucking loved working on this for
Oh,
obvious
nice.
reasons. Like, this was a makeup artist's, like, wet dream, especially for a show like Star Trek, where, like, they're usually designing aliens and whatnot, and they're like, okay, well, now you got to design something as, like, bizarre and animalistic as you
yeah,
possibly
especially
can.
Star Trek approach to aliens, especially I'm sorry to say especially so many times in a row, but especially in this era of Star Trek, their approach to aliens was very much like, okay, put some weird shit on their nose and or forehead, and make sure you don't make the women look too ugly.
Yes. Yeah.
So to be able
exactly
to like
that.
really actually like,
And it's usually because
for him to be able to like actually
Mm-hmm.
like really like stretch like his like the team's makeup capabilities was probably very enjoyable for him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think they had a blast with this. Now, I mean, once they get over to DS9 and Voyager, there's some really interesting makeup choices that they make
Yeah.
over time. But yeah, you're definitely right that in this era of TNG, they're like, how lazy can we go? And like sometimes they literally don't do anything. They're just like, I don't know,
Yeah.
let's get the
Get
let's
them some
get
medieval
the
hoods.
what do you call it? Them to do a hair thing.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Like, look at all the aliens on the planet with Worf's brother. They were literally just humans.
I think they had some shit on their nose.
What about the one that the Data was just on, that he lost his memory on because the radiation
Oh yeah,
stuff?
they just had face paint.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think like part of the reason I had a hard time with this episode is because like it truly hinged on one very specific thing to like fix to save the day,
Yeah.
and I didn't like
Yeah.
it. Because like I honestly, all I could think about was like, what if number one, they didn't know didn't know Alyssa was pregnant,
Yeah.
and everyone would have, I mean, like,
I mean, there's
well,
a,
because
there's
they
a-
wouldn't
a-
have known, because like Data would not have known,
Yeah,
and
they could have
he
looked
wouldn't
up
have turned into
medical
anything.
records.
But like,
They could have looked up medical records of the crew to see if anyone was pregnant.
that's fair. But I just I didn't like that the like the way that this was like saved was they was like, listen, here's the thing. I get this was going to save everyone, but I didn't like that they like
Indiscriminately
basically
used women's bodies.
yeah.
Yeah.
That bothered me a lot. I was like, I
Yeah.
hate that the solution to this is they literally, with no consent, just were like, we're going to take some of your amniotic fluid.
And we're gonna take some of your pheromones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I
felt.
I
it
I
felt
didn't
very,
like that.
Listen, okay. In my opinion, I think what they did was appropriate because it was an emergency, right? However, as a woman, when that sort of thing is sort of like always in the back of your mind, it is very icky watching that. Like, just
Yeah.
that their bodies are just kind of being taken advantage of.
Because there's nothing in this where like, oh, well, we could have used something with a guy. Nope. It was only women's bodies that had to be like
Yeah, and like without
invaded
even,
for something.
without
Or
even
something
just
extracted from their bodies.
without any consideration of whether this would be harmful to them or not. Like, I feel like I would have been better, like, I would have not felt so icked out if there was one or two lines where Picard was like, and this isn't going to hurt her or the baby, right? And Data's like, no, this is harmless or whatever. Like, if they just snuck something in there like that, I feel
Yeah.
like that would have solved like a lot of the problem I have
Yeah.
with
It
this.
it just felt very like, yeah, it's like icky. I don't, it just very much felt like, you know, touching, like using women's bodies for other things without any consent.
Yeah.
So, listen, I get that it saved the day and all that jazz. Yeah, as you said, I didn't like the lack of like thought of these women as human beings.
Yeah,
rather
as
than
just,
just
like, it was
mechanics
very, like,
to do stuff for other people.
in the very literal sense of the word, it was very objectifying. Like just be like, not the way they treated it wasn't like they were people, like they were objects.
Yeah. And that honestly, that really like, I mean, here's the thing. Even prior to this conclusion, I wasn't vibing with this episode because I don't like the body horror of it all.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like horror, this episode is not for you.
Yeah, but
Did
then
you like
this,
discovering that Worf wears striped pajamas to bed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I said I liked that, to find that Worf wears a pajama suit. I love a pajama suit.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of a pajama suit. So yeah, like there's things I liked from this episode, but
Yeah.
in general, I think like it gave me anxiety and
Yeah.
stressed, and then I didn't like how they did with Alyssa and Troy.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, I was wondering
So.
if we were gonna have the same view of it, and yeah, we do.
I didn't expect you to like it either, honestly. So like, wow, I finally predicted right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did think you were gonna be more upset about Worf attacking Troy though. It was very.
I didn't like it.
No,
At all.
yeah,
That
but
was alarming, because I also
Yeah.
I didn't understand what was going on initially. That like, I guess because we don't know the like werewolf that he turned into
Yeah,
from anything, that like it just, his behavior was so fucking weird.
yeah, it was just so
'Cause,
wildly out of character.
Yeah, because at first I was like, what is going on with him? Because at least with like Troy, once we did realize the amphibian stuff, I was like, oh, okay, this makes so much more sense now. Like, of her, like the cold, I mean, I guess, I don't know if salty is a thing,
Yeah.
but I assume so for this particular thing.
Yeah,
but,
I'm assuming.
yeah, I did not
she's,
like him
some
biting
sort
her
of-
face at all. I was
Yeah.
very confused, and he was still like telling her get out, and then biting her face, and the way that they both looked surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just-
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
but
I
honestly,
just-
that felt so like, I don't
It was
know.
so weird.
Just got so distracted by everything else.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be angry that they made him attack her.
Oh, I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I don't like that he attacked her at all.
Yeah, neither do
I
I.
don't see any reason that he should have attacked her.
Yeah, like I said, because like that is a thing animals do. Like they'll bite to like mark their mate or whatever. But they didn't have to do that.
Yeah, there could have been other like,
Yeah.
I don't know ways
But
that
Star
other
Trek
animals
is always
like,
very weird with sex stuff. It always gotta.
it is.
It's always not only it's weird with sex stuff, and it insists on putting in weird sex stuff. Because
and then
this
it's like
was
horny when it doesn't mean to be.
Yeah, they didn't have to put in the mating aspect of this into the episode.
Yeah.
No one made you do
Yep,
that.
truly.
Like
Yeah. They could have done, because like it wasn't like, oh, it had to be related to like the pheromone stuff so we could lure Worf away later.
Yeah.
No, he literally, like, they could have done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could
It
have made
didn't
it
have
smell
to
like
be that
food.
choice. So yeah, I did not like
Yeah,
him
it could have been
biting her
like
face.
fear pheromones or some shit like that he was
Yeah.
attracted to.
Because yeah, like assuming like we don't know what they didn't really know what this particular, what the like werewolf was.
Yeah.
This was just like Picard being like, well, this is what this is what their deal is in general. So they were just like, huh? But like, we're in a universe where you can make shit up.
Yeah.
So they literally could have had Worf be whatever, and then Data could have looked up and been like, oh, okay, well, these like Klingon guys, you know, this was their thing, and then they do that. There was really no reason to have them bite
Yeah.
her face. There was other ways they could have gone
Yeah.
about doing that. So it felt very unnecessary.
Yeah. Gratuitous.
Yeah. But also now makes it still unclear if the rest of the crew knows about Worf and
Yeah.
Troy.
Yeah, because
They're like, well, he bit her face. Does that mean they're together? Or like, why would that automatically?
yeah,
I don't know.
Like they could have just assumed that it was like, oh, because he was like de-evolving or whatever, he just picked the nearest woman or some shit, you know. It wasn't necessarily that they are actually together.
Yeah, because that truly would be the worst fucking way for people to
Yeah.
to realize, yeah, my boyfriend bit me in the face.
No, come
So
on.
everyone
It's
knew
like
I
a
was
hickey.
his, as one does. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. A hickey from Kaneki is like a Hallmark card.
Yeah.
Sorry. I watched Grease recently. It's in my head. I was surprised to learn that introns are real. I didn't do any searching beyond that other than just Googling intron. And they're like, oh yeah, here's a Wikipedia page. I'm like, I can't be bothered. But interesting that they are real though.
Yeah, I didn't realize that specific detail was real. But Jeff, you said you were gonna get more into like the evolution stuff, right?
Oh, I mean, I kind of did, but so the because when I explained the introns thing being like an actual that was pop science at the time. Well, not pop science. It was making headlines, and
I thought you were gonna say like why this is bullshit.
Oh no, I was gonna go into things like fucking Reg turning into a spider, and it's like, no, the common ancestor that we have with spiders was a weird aquatic worm thing like 300 million years ago. We didn't evolve from fucking spiders. We're not Pokemon.
Yeah. Also, I wanna throw out there, this is not de-evolution. This is just evolution.
Yes.
There's no such thing as de-evolution because.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. This is something that will
because they're a new thing. They're not exactly the old thing. They're like a combination. So it is evolution.
So the way that Brandon Braga and a lot of other Star Trek writers approach evolution and de-evolution is the same way that they approach fate, in that evolution is preset and it's going to go a certain way, and they do that because it's more interesting to the story. They don't do that because they've sat down and thought about what evolution actually is. And that's the problem.
Star Trek treats evolution like it's a predetermined path.
Yes.
But it's not. And also because a lot of people, the word evolution sort of has a connotation of improved quality, like evolution is automatically more advanced, and that's not really the case. Evolution is just
adaptation.
Change. Yeah, it's change and adaptation. So it's not necessarily always a good change. Like it's just which mutation wins, and like the advantageous mutation doesn't always win. Like sometimes circumstances just like work out that way. Like the example I always use that's a popular one is the design of the human sinuses is so fucking messed up and just like so like not to our advantage and complicated that it's like, why would anyone like purposefully design it this way?
Yeah, it's extremely
this is just
sensitive.
Kind of how it worked out. Yeah. Like it goes up and then back down, and like you can like kill yourself by like eating a piece of toast too fast. It's crazy. Like it's not a very good design. So the like evolution moves in a straight line. It's just like you're not like, even if you change back to exactly the same thing again, that's still it was a series of evolutions that brought you back to that place. It wasn't like there's no reverse process here.
Yeah.
And I know this episode is infamous for kind of being boring and whatnot, and like you said, like the mystery isn't very interesting like once like Picard and Data get back, but I didn't think the information overlap was that bad.
Yeah, it is.
Like that's because the way I remember people talking about this episode is that like it implied that like the information they deal with when they get back is exactly the same.
Yeah, there's definitely more to it once they get back.
Yeah. But that is where the episode gets less interesting. Yeah. Is once Picard and Data get on the ship.
Rather, that's when the story gets less interesting. The episode itself technically becomes more interesting because there's something to see.
Yeah, that's true. And I gotta say, a really good job to Gates McFadden, because like the shot choices, the lighting, like the way the episode was put together, I thought was really good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like, especially for like this her first time directing an episode.
Yep.
And like there were a couple spots where it's like I'm wondering what, like, where the shot maybe went on too long or the angle was like kind of weird.
They
like,
actually did run out of time when
like,
making it, so there was that.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. I'm not sure what happened here. I'm not sure if this was like a case of like you didn't get the coverage for this, or like the footage, fell off the truck or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
But it was only like 2, maybe 3 times that happened where it was like noticeable that it's like, oh, this is an odd choice. But overall, like, I thought she did a really good job directing the episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I think it's fair to move on to favorite moments and lines.
I liked learning that Spot was pregnant, and I liked seeing her kittens.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to Spot on her new family.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we learn who the father is so he can help out at home.
Yeah.
Take some responsibility. I like when Dr. C sends Reg off at the beginning of the episode, and she's like, good, now stay away from medical database. And then she stops Riker also before, on his way out, and she's like, and you stay out of the Arboretum. I thought that was funny. I do like that Reg is looking up like the Starfleet medical database. That is truly the most Reg thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. He's definitely a guy that would WebMD his symptoms.
Oh, 100%. I like directed by Gates McFadden. Oh, I like when Troy says live with it to Worf when she keeps changing the temperature.
Yeah.
I honestly, you know what? I honestly thought Troy was really great in this.
Yeah.
When she was doing like the amphibian stuff, the Troy-phibian stuff, I thought she did a great job.
She did really good creature acting.
It's just too bad that she doesn't have much to
she's-
do outside of that like one scene that she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets her one
'Cause it
like
feels like-
close up.
Every time they find someone, they just like sedate them and bring them to sickbay.
Yeah, basically.
They're like collecting them like fucking Pokemon cards. Oh, I did like that Data thought that Picard was going to turn into a lemur.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Hey Dory, did your Worf evolve into a werewolf?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say he evolved into a werewolf. That's just the name that I like now. He did I don't know exactly how to describe what he turned into.
Yeah.
I did also
he had like
get
an insect face, which was weird.
It was very like horny.
Yeah.
Like physical horny, not like horny.
Yeah. Like a rhinoceros beetle or something.
Yes. I did also get like, even though like the tone of this episode really like at the end was really big like tonal whiplash, I did kind of laugh when Dr. C was like, oh yeah, we name
he turned into a
the
spider
diseases
now.
after the first patient. And so she's like, yeah, so Dr. C says he transformed into a spider and now he has a disease named after him. And then Troy saying, I think I better clear my calendar for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it though.
I weirdly really enjoyed the moment that Data and Barclay were like gossiping about the cats.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I
just
forgot
really
about
like
that. Yes, 100%. Yeah, Data, Reg, and the
Yeah.
cat. Yes, that was really cute.
And I really did enjoy. I liked the lighting of this episode, and of course, all the makeup jobs are really cool. So, yeah, I liked the directing and the editing of this episode, and I liked Data and Reg gossiping.
Oh yeah, sorry. I remember one last thing. That like one shot of Spot the iguana just with the pink collar on. It was really funny.
Oh yeah, and the kittens. I love the kittens.
Yes, the kittens.
It's crazy. There's 5 kittens and 4 of them were calico.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Huh.
That feels like a lot for a single litter. I'm not sure of like the rarity of calicos, but I feel like it's rarer than that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Especially from an orange tabby.
Yeah.
Tabby.
So Jeff, what were your favorites?
I actually really enjoy the way that that Reg was perching between the different between the chairs in the what do you call it in the conference
Oh,
room
yeah.
when they're all like chatting about stuff, and I really enjoy that final scene before we get to Data and Picard discovering everything on the ship, and you see fucking Riker just like staring right at the camera, going like, "Computer,"
Yeah. I like
and he just blank stare.
Yeah, I thought everyone did a good job of like making you feel like selling that this is not the character's regular behavior, like something is wrong. And I did really especially like the way Jonathan Frakes like played like losing his sort of cognitive ability as the episode went on.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job of that.
Okay, so time for predictions for the next episode. The next episode's an interesting one. I remember very little about it, about like the actual nitty-gritty of the episode. I will be reading from the IMDb blurb, and then adding one thing myself. So, the episode is called Journey's End. And the IMDb blurb reads, after the Federation grants access by the Cardassians to a planet already inhabited by Native Americans, Picard has the daunting task of relocating them.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And the one thing I will add is that we get to see a crew member we haven't seen in quite a while. In a very long time.
Wait. No, I feel like I would be disappointed. No, I'm not gonna guess. So I'm just gonna be upset. Is it Ro? I really want it to be Ro.
Well, you'll have to find out.
But I miss Ro Laren so much.
So I guess what I'm looking for you is like, who do you think the crew member was going to be, and also, how do you think it works out with the Native Americans? Like, because they have to. The job of Picard is they have to kick them out off of their home world.
I mean, I think it's going to go poorly, and I think that's very fair because I think this is very shitty and like honestly peak Federation shit.
Yeah.
Oh God. I feel like there's going to be a discussion about like why the Cardassians want this particular planet and like why they have to go. Why can't they pick a different, assuming M-class planet that's like not inhabited by people already? Like,
Yeah.
if this is like a strategic choice or something.
Yeah.
Because this just like feels extra bad. Oh boy, this is gonna suck. I already know this is gonna like be really hard to watch.
Yeah. I think it was woke for the time, if I'm not mistaken. I can't quite remember, but I cannot vouch for how it is aged.
Oh boy, this sucks. God. So sorry, I'm predicting the crew member and what?
Yeah, the crew member, and like ultimately, what do you think is the result? Do you think that they end up moving, or do you think they end up staying?
Well, based on nothing, I would hope that they would stay, but I feel like the Federation and Starfleet are more focused on like not giving a shit about the actual people and thinking more about the like how can like the Cardassians appeasing maybe
Like the political,
like making some kind of like amends with the Cardassians at the expense of other people who were not doing anything. So I think this is just gonna go very, very poorly. I think there'll be like, you know what okay, this is like shitty, but I think what's going to happen in the end is a natural disaster happens and no one gets the planet. Like the people are like the Cardassians are forced to leave, and the Native Americans are forced to leave because they have no choice, because maybe like something happens to the planet, a natural disaster, and like it becomes poisonous or you can't live there. It's not inhabitable anymore.
Like nobody
for
gets
anybody.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really shitty. So it's a lose-lose situation for everyone, and it only happened because the Cardassians like arrived there. If they hadn't gone there, whatever this was, maybe they trigger a like volcano or some shit, and we have like a Pompeii situation to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Even though we've had a volcano thing, I remember very early on in TNG, or some kind of fire situation. But and then so yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen, is it's all gonna fucking blow shit, and it's a lose-lose situation. In terms of the crew member, I would love it to be Ro, but I think because I want it to be Ro, it's not gonna be Ro.
Okay.
It's gonna be like,
who else can you think of that we haven't seen?
This is like someone who's like on the we just saw Reg, so it's not going to be Reg again. So because like honestly, if we hadn't had this episode, I would have guessed Reg. Not that I want to see Reg, but that's just, oh my god, it's O'Brien. No, it is like a crew member.
Well, I don't want to say either way. It's someone we haven't seen in quite a while.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a crew member. Oh my god. I have a guess. No. Okay, well, not no. Okay. I shouldn't react. I think it's just because I want Rose so badly.
Yeah.
I bet it's Wesley. No, and this is no offense to Wesley, because we know I do like Wes.
Yeah.
But like I want to see Ro so much more than I want to see Wes. But like, I bet it's going to be Wes. No, don't tell me. Oh my god. Okay. It's fine. Well, it's fine. I do like Wes. Yeah. It's whoever it's going to be. I feel like I'm going to be disappointed for anyone if it's not Ro.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone who's not Ro. And we're probably not going to see her at all for the rest of this. I want to see her so bad. She's so fucking cool. I miss her. I hope she's well. Oh my. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be Wesley.
Okay. If you want to see if Dory's correct, watch along with us and join us for the next episode of Fully Functional, a TNG podcast.
Goodbye.